What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, November 30th. It's 8:58 a.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. Huge news. Binance has confirmed that they will provide the Flare token distribution to eligible customers on the 9th of January, 2023. We're finally, it's been like over 2 years now. I mean, like, it's great to see this happening. And that's why I believe Songbird's going to be a play here, because if Flare is being distributed to Binance, it's likely going to be distributed to all the other major exchanges, as well as when that happens, Songbird's going to be listed on all major exchanges as well too. And not many people are talking about it, and I'm sure it's going to have a lead up phase. So I want to take advantage of that play. So definitely join the Discord. Link will be in the bio to get access to the automated signals, to be on top of it, to get real-time alerts. So huge news. I'm excited about this. I'm going to do a Flare deep dive probably soon here within the next couple of days. I would love to go through and kind of get an update on Flare, see where they're at. So then let's go to this. ICE-9 banking system freeze confirmed. Clive Thompson, retired wealth manager in Switzerland. So let's hear what he's got to say about the ICE-9 banking system freeze.
Actually, that the CBDC will arrive, and it will also be the subject of the currency reset at the same time. At some point, the world is going to go into a crisis, or a country is going to go into a crisis. It might be the UK, it might be Italy, but something is going to happen. Things are very, very taut in the financial world at the moment. When that happens, I think they will close the banks. You'll wake up on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning and hear the news that they've shut the banks, not going to open on Monday. And then by Monday evening or Tuesday, you'll get the announcement that we're having a new currency, the CBDC, and don't worry, it'll be 1-to-1 against the old currency. But there'll be some restrictions on your ability to convert your old money into the new money. So if you're poor and you have a small bank account, it'll be converted 1-to-1 straight away. So you'll probably even find that you get a free gift from the government to kickstart the system. Maybe £3,000 or £5,000 will be given to every citizen gratuitously to kickstart the system in the new CBDC. But if you have 100,000 or 1 million in the bank, you're going to be told, yes, it's 1-to-1, but you're going to have to wait to convert it to the new currency. Now, wait means never. We all know that, but they won't tell you that. They'll say it's a temporary suspension because we're in the middle of a crisis. The people are rioting in the streets. And we need to calm the system. So here's some free money, everybody. Go and enjoy yourselves. And by the way, the rich can't convert their money for a while, but they'll be able to do so later. So if you happen to own Apple bonds, they'll be denominated in the old dollars. It'll still be old dollars. You won't get dollars until you've got the cash. But when you get the cash, you'll need permission to do it. And you're not going to get that permission. It'll be exactly like we had in Britain back before 1975, when we had the exchange controls. You needed permission from the Bank of England. I mean, I remember when I traveled abroad the first time, I was allowed to take £50 with me abroad. Didn't go very far.
No, and sorry, go ahead.
So,
problem, reaction, solution, guys. That's why they're doing all this testing, this piloting. And when they're ready to flip the switch, we're going to see that ICE-9. That's the grand finale. So it could happen so quick. You want to be prepared. So if you don't know what's going on here, or, how to get yourself prepared, or what's even on the horizon here, link in the bio, stargate-ventures.com. On the homepage, we got this free crypto masterclass accelerator, 13 videos, key fundamental videos to prepare you for this macro transition that's about to happen. It's on our doorstep here. We are 3 to 6 months away max. You can feel it. The tracks are being laid, they've been being laid, and you can feel that something is going to happen here soon. So get prepared. Get yourself in on this free crypto masterclass accelerator, stargate-ventures.com. Link will be in the bio. Right on the homepage, click the button, a little bit of info, get access. You'll get access to the accelerator course immediately. It's definitely, those 13 videos in there are the key fundamentals to understanding where we've been, where we're at now, and where we're headed, and how you can prepare yourself to be on the right side of it. And I really want everybody to be on the right side of it, and everybody that you know to be on the right side of it. So if you have somebody who's kind of they're curious about all this and they kind of know what's going on, they kind of don't, send them over to get them on the accelerator course. We want to prepare as many people as possible here anybody you care about, like this is like for real. This is for real gonna happen. And it's just sad how many people don't know about it or do know about it, but not sure how they can position themselves for it or protect themselves in the very least. So please tell everybody you love and care about this. Like, this is like for real. So not anything that it's not a joke. It really is not. It could be the difference of, if you're prepared for it, it could have an everlasting change on and a positive effect on your legacy, on your future generations. If you're not prepared for it, it could be a tragedy, like, so get yourself ready and prepared for what's about to come here. I want us all to win. I want to see everybody here or watching this right now, hearing me right now, to be at the top. And I want to see you guys at the top, and I want us all to be at the top, and everybody we all care about as well too, to be at the top. So get yourself in the Crypto Masterclass Accelerator. So next piece of news here, we have this right here. France, Luxembourg tests CBDC for €100 million bond issue. The initiative shows how digital assets can be issued, distributed, and settled within the Eurozone in a single day, and confirms that a well-designed CBDC can play a critical role in the development of a safe tokenized financial asset space in Europe. There we go. All right. So next, we also have this. Brazil crypto laws demand up to 6 years prison for embezzlement. But okay, so that is, a scary title, right? But basically the moral of the story, or the theme, is that Brazil's getting some regulatory frameworks in place for cryptos and for people to operate in the country. So like, as you can see, Brazil's bill is already approved, but it will now head for signature before the term ends on December 31st. It's expected to take office on January 1st. It's going to happen by the end of December, right? So like, we are in the final phase here. I'm telling you, the next 30 days are going to be nuts. We need to be prepared, as well as the first quarter of 2023. Nothing will be the same. I can feel it. I know you can feel it too. Then we have this. Indonesia's central bank announces plans to launch a digital rupiah. So we got another one. So now they're launching their digital currency for both business and retail transactions. And then you have this from the DTCC. Digital dollar could streamline settlements. The DTCC is testing the use of a digital dollar in wholesale, our favorite buzzword, transactions alongside major banks. The digital dollar could streamline settlements to make financial markets more efficient. According to a report published Wednesday by the DTCC, they handle in virtually every trade on more than 40 trillion in the US stock market, but also 2.4 quadrillion it was for annually. The new initiative represents the essence of innovation. We should expect digital transformation to reshape markets and market structure in the coming years. Major banks. So referring to a program carried out with the nonprofit Digital Dollar Project and major banks such as Citigroup, Bank of America, State Street to test the use of a digital dollar in financial markets, a US CBDC should be carefully explored in consultation with key stakeholders across the public and private sectors. A CBDC could help speed up settlement, in part by automating reports the DTC must send to the Federal Reserve. It cited evidence that DLT could save billions of dollars per year by simplifying how trades are confirmed and reconciled, right? And remember, they announced, the DTCC, that they were processing as many as 160,000 trades per day on a blockchain via their Project Ion. So that was announced in August of this year. So DTC's Project Ion platform now live in parallel production environment, processing over 100,000 transactions per day on DLT. And they selected R3's Corda as the underlying DLT technology for this platform. And you, as you can see here, 2.4 quadrillion annually of securities transactions settled in 2021. And then you can see here, all right, they chose R3. This was a couple of years ago in 2018, December 5th, right? We're about to be 4 years later from this announcement. R3 launches universal settler application to facilitate global payments on Corda, XRP, the first settlement mechanism. Right there. So Corda Settler built to ensure seamless settlement of payments on Corda across any payment scheme utilizing XRP, the first globally recognized cryptocurrency to be supported by the settler, bringing Corda and XRP ecosystems into closer alignment. And then you saw this, and also how Ripple was chosen to work on the digital dollar earlier this year, right? I mean, This was in like September of this year, that announcement. Right here, US digital dollar project to work with Ripple on CBDC technical sandbox for a digital dollar. And then you had that. You have this with R3 and the R3 quarter settler. Also, you have the digital dollar could streamline settlements. DTCC says, working with banks that are known Ripple partners. If you go to their website, you have Bank of America right on there. I believe State Street as well, too. We've already seen Citigroup as part of some documents, too. And yeah, so I mean, the writing's on the wall for that. Lastly, straight out of the ECB today, Bitcoin's last stand. This sounds like a threat. Yeah, this sounds like a threat, right? The value of Bitcoin peaked at 69,000 in November 2021 before falling to 17,000 by mid-June of this year. Since then, the value has fluctuated around USD 20,000. For Bitcoin proponents, the seeming stabilization signals a breather on the way to new heights. More likely, however, it is an artificially induced last gasp before the road to irrelevance. And this was already foreseeable before FTX went bust and sent the Bitcoin price to well below 16K. So Bitcoin is rarely used for legal transactions. It goes into kind of their backstory of it. Regulation can be misunderstood as approval. Large investors alone. Okay. If we go down here, talking about their MiCA regulation they're trying to put in place. The current regulation of cryptocurrencies is partly shaped by misconceptions. The belief that space must be given to innovation at all costs stubbornly persists. Since Bitcoin is based on a new technology, DLT blockchain would have a high transformation potential. Firstly, these technologies have so far created limited value for society, no matter how great the expectations for the future. Yeah, okay, so they're calling an end to Bitcoin through this. It's also worth noting that the Bitcoin system is an unprecedented polluter. First, it consumes energy on the scale of entire economies. Bitcoin mining is estimated to consume electricity per year comparable to Austria. Second, it produces mountains of hardware waste. One Bitcoin transaction consumes hardware comparable to the hardware of 2 smartphones. The entire Bitcoin system generates as much e-waste as the entire Netherlands. This inefficiency of the system is not a flaw, but a feature. It's one of the peculiarities to guarantee the integrity of the completely decentralized system. Promoting Bitcoin bears a reputational risk for banks. Since Bitcoin appears to be neither suitable as a payment system, which Ripple is, nor as a form of investment, it should be treated as neither in regulatory terms and thus should not be legitimized. Similarly, the financial industry should be wary of the long-term damage of promoting Bitcoin investments despite short-term profits they can make, even without their skin in the game. The negative impact on customer relations and the reputational damage to the entire industry could be enormous once Bitcoin investors will have made further losses. They're going to either try to change Bitcoin's consensus mechanism from proof of work to something else. Also, it seems like, their regulation that they're going to put in place is going to be beneficial to the likes of the ISO coins, not like Bitcoin or like Tether or anything like that. You can see that they're going to promote XRP like it's a golden child because it's, the banks are using it as a payment system. So since Bitcoin is not suitable as a payment system or a form of investment, it should be treated in neither as far as regulatory terms go and shouldn't be legitimized. Whereas Ripple XRP is suitable for a payment system and a form of investment, not financial advice. And it's going to be treated as far as like it's going to be taken care of as far as the regulatory. That's all Ripple's been calling for years now, is a clear regulatory framework. And so they know once they put that in place, XRP is legitimized and then it's game over. So that's it for the crypto newsletter, guys. I will see you guys in the Discord if you haven't already joined it yet. Link in the bio. Come say what up. I'll say what up too. See you in the next video.